Hello and welcome. If you're a dog owner here in Alabaster, Alabama, you already know what a great community we have. This whole guide is designed to help you and your dog enjoy all of it together, and that starts with finding the perfect trainer.
I mean, just think about it. What's the difference between a totally relaxing stroll through Buck Creek Park and a stressful wrestling match with the leash over at the Colonial Promenade? It's good training. That's what it's all about. Creating a calm, confident buddy that you can happily take with you anywhere.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with why training is a little unique to our area, then we'll cover what to look for in a pro. After that, we'll break down the different programs and costs. I'll give you a checklist of questions to ask, and finally, we'll go over some local rules and resources.
So first up, what does having a well-trained dog in Alabaster really mean? You know, it's more than just teaching sit and stay. It's about being a good neighbor and having a dog who's truly comfortable in our local environment.
A good local trainer really gets this. They'll help get your dog ready to handle the quiet streets in a neighborhood like Meadowbrook, just as well as the noise and all the traffic you find near Highway 31. This is how you build a dog's confidence for any situation they're actually going to face out here.
All right, so what makes a great trainer stand out from a good one? Let's break down the essential qualities you should absolutely be looking for when you're thinking about hiring someone.
You're going to hear this term a lot. Positive reinforcement, and for good reason. It's pretty much the gold standard in dog training today. The whole idea isn't about forcing your dog to do something. It's about using rewards, like treats or praise, to teach them how to make good choices on their own. It really builds an amazing bond of trust between you two.
Okay, what about all those letters after a trainer's name? Well, certifications are basically your proof that they're a serious professional. Think of CPDTK or KPA-CTP. Those are for general skills and good manners. Now, if you're dealing with more serious issues like major anxiety or reactivity, you'll want to see something like a CBCCK-A or an IAABC-CDBC. That tells you they have specialized knowledge. All right, let's get into the practical side of things. We're going to explore the different kinds of training programs you'll find and give you an idea of what you can expect to budget for them right here in the Alabaster area. So which one is right for you? Well, group classes are just fantastic for teaching your dog to focus when other dogs and people are around. That's a skill you need for pretty much any public place. Private lessons, on the other hand, are perfect for zeroing in on specific things that happen at home, like jumping on every guest who walks in or trying to bolt out the front door. This chart should give you a pretty solid idea of what training typically costs around Alabaster and Shelby County. For example, a 6-week puppy class is a great way to start. Something more intensive, like a 2-week board and train program, is obviously a much bigger investment. This should help you figure out what works for your budget.
So if you're just starting to look around, keep this number in your back pocket as a good benchmark. A single 1-hour private lesson usually runs somewhere between $80 and $140. It's a really useful starting point. Okay, now we get to the part that really puts you in the driver's seat. When you have that first chat with a potential trainer, you need to go in prepared. So think of this as your pre-hire checklist. These are the absolute must-ask questions. You want to ask about their philosophy to make sure it's positive and modern, check their expertise by asking about certifications. It's also so important to make sure they have a program that actually fits your goals, to get a totally clear fee structure with no surprises, and to understand how they're going to track and let you know about your dog's progress. Okay, let's bring it all back to our community. Being a responsible dog owner means knowing the local rules and, just as important, knowing where you can go to practice all those great new skills. These 3 things, totally non-negotiable. First, Alabaster has a leash law, so anytime you're off your own property, your dog needs to be on a leash. Second, state law requires a current rabies tag on your dog's collar at all times. And third, a little tip, any trainer you hire should have a valid business license from the city of Alabaster. It's a good sign they're a legitimate operation. Once you get started with training, you're going to need places to practice, right? Veterans Park is perfect for working on loose leash walking when there are joggers and other people around. Buck Creek Park has big open fields that are great for practicing distance commands. And for safe off-leash fun, the Siluria Dog Park right next door in Pelham is going to be your best friend. So now that you have all this information, I've got a question for you. What's that #1 skill that you're most excited to work on with your dog? Is it getting them to come back every time you call? Or maybe not jumping on people at the door? Having a clear goal is always the best way to get started.
Happy training! And remember, having a well-behaved dog isn't just about them being obedient. It's about freedom. It's the freedom to enjoy a walk, to visit a friend's house, or just to relax at home without any stress. It truly makes life in Alabaster more joyful for you, for your dog, and for everyone you meet.